Hi, Vlad here, devinsidey.com. In my very first video, I introduced a list of 10 things that you need to become a developer, and self-marketing was probably the one that made most of you curious, so let's get right to it. When I googled marketing definition, the first thing that came out was the action or business promoting and selling products or services, including marketing research and advertising. Yeah, that's not really helpful. At first I thought that I should come up with my own definition for marketing, but then I realized that I can let myself off the hook much easier. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna give you 3 pieces of advice of how to successfully market yourself as a developer, and then you can decide what marketing means to you. Not only that, but I also made sure that the information in this video is relevant to developers on all stages of their journey. Coming right up, number 1, and this is from my main audience, the people who are just starting out in our industry. The internet never forgets. Use this to let everyone know what you're all about, what your skills and preferences are, what you do in your free time, etc. Here's how. Step 1. Create an account on well-known programming and social network sites like GitHub, Bitbucket, Stack Exchange, Jitter, Meetup. I could keep listing them all day. It's not going to hurt if you use the same picture, username, nickname, first name, last name. We're talking about full corporate identity, branding, some other buzzword thingy, so go crazy, no moderation. Oh, and by the way, don't use fake names or pictures of cute kittens as avatars. Cats are awesome, but you want people to find the real you, so make it as easy as possible for them, even if you're not looking for a job, and even if they're not trying to find you. You are the best thing you can sell because you are awesome. And the cats are awesome too. Step 2. Contribute to the community, but be careful. You're not using some fake names on random dating forums now. You're making your name for yourself. So when I say contribute, I don't mean spam weird comments all over the place. I mean carefully place breadcrumbs for people to find you. Now, if you're just starting out and probably haven't written a single line of code, you must be wondering, how can I possibly contribute? Here are a few quick tips. First, on Stack Overflow and other Stack Exchange sites, you get points for asking questions. So start there. Oh, and by the way, please make sure to read the FAQs of any site that you use. For instance, on Stack Overflow, people tend to get grumpy when you ask a question that already exists. So they specifically mention in their FAQs that you should do some research before asking questions. And second, you can contribute to open source software without writing any code at all. Oh my god, what is he gonna say now? Tell me! Now calm down. The secret sauce is documentation. Write or at least improve documentation for some cool open source project that you like. Bonus points if this project is trending right now. Anything that gets attention is good. And the cool thing about this is that you get to read a lot of code without having to worry about breaking anything. Oh, and if you're slowly getting comfortable with writing code, consider writing tests for open source project. You can never have enough tests. Google unit tests if you don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe stick to documentation. Number 2, and this one is for developers with a few years of experience. Pick a niche, your favorite programming language, your favorite frameworks, your favorite entire stack maybe, and concentrate on contributing and becoming an expert in that niche. By the way, this is how recruiters find you. On all of these websites where you have an account, they look for buzzwords like Java, Mongo, React, C#, and so on. But I guess as someone in our industry for a few years, you already know that. Now, most developers find their niche automatically, but there are some developers out there who aren't that ambitious about technology. All languages are the same to them, all tools are just tools, and so on. This allows them to switch jobs with ease, but this is also the reason why they will remain underpaid. I honestly didn't think that I would need to explain this, but after arguing with a few of my friends about this, here it comes. If you have a BMW and you have a problem with your engine, would you rather go to a BMW engine specialist or to a random workshop around the corner which claims to be able to fix any car? Similarly, if you have a problem with your shoulder, would you rather go to a shoulder specialist or to any orthopedic practitioner? In both of these cases, you tell me which one will be more expensive. The second piece of advice for junior as well as intermediate developers is invest heavily, and I mean heavily, in soft skills. This is something that will distinguish you from the masses, since most developers tend to be rather tech savvy. But this is a topic for another video. Number 3, and this one is for senior developers. As of right now, the market is in your favor. For instance, if you're a Ruby developer in US and you have a clear vision of what you want to get paid, trust me, with enough persistence, you will find someone ready to pay you that number. But this will change. How long do you think it will take until everyone puts Ruby on their resumes? So my advice for you is this. Firstly, keep leaving your mark, but you gotta kick it up a notch. Write frameworks, books, have a blog, speak at conferences, etc. Secondly, and this is a big one, in contrast to what I said in number 2, concentrating on your development stack is not enough. In fact, it will probably hurt you in the long run. However, you still need to pick a niche, a specialization of some sort. Popular choices are automated testing, concurrency and scalability, anything with the word data in it, robotics, and of course artificial intelligence. There are more, but you get the idea. People who will hire you are looking for someone who can solve problems, and not for someone who knows the ins and outs of Ruby or Angular or whatever. Oh, and by the way, everyone is an architect these days, so don't fool yourself. Communicating the fact that you're someone who knows how to solve problems is how you add an additional 0 to your salary. You tell me how your lifestyle will change after switching from a 60k to a 600k salary. Oh, and since I'm already mentioning money, there are insane salary differences between countries, so beware. The message of this video is this: underestimating the power of marketing is the biggest mistake you can make in your entire career. Even though money isn't everything, two people with the same qualifications and the same skill sets doing the same amount of work producing the same quality results might end up having a different amount of zeros on their paycheck. When you Google for average salaries, you won't find anything near the numbers that I'm talking about, which is why I understand that you might be skeptical. I wish I had some data to prove my point, but there aren't that many people out there who brag about their salaries. Luckily, it's a free world, so believe what you want to believe. And don't forget to let me know in the comments below what self-marketing means to you. I hope you liked this video. It's Vlad. Join our community if you're new here, and see you next time.